Well, there's something that I created years ago while speaking at a GKIC boot camp. It just popped into my head, and I called it the Stanislavsky marketing method. And literally, I was doing these marketing boot camps for a company, for GKIC, the company founded by Dan Kennedy, and I was teaching the fundamentals of copywriting and the fundamentals of marketing and creating a compelling offer. And I don't know where this came from, but I just changed the presentation and came up with this, what I call the Stanislavsky method of marketing. And we're going to change it to the Stanislavsky method of copywriting. And this is really becoming your prospect. And I'm going to give you an exercise to do around this. If you've already done the exercise, I would strongly recommend that you do it again because it is that powerful. So, who is Stanislavsky? What the heck am I talking about here? Well, Stanislavsky is a Russian, or was, as you can tell by this picture, a Russian acting teacher. And he actually came up with something called the method form of acting. And some of the world's greatest actors and actresses are method actors. So, for example, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Marlon Brando, Glenn Close, the late Heath Ledger. All of those folks are method actors. So what does that mean exactly? Well, that means that when they're playing a character, they actually become the character. So they're actually really, truly feeling the emotion that their character is feeling. And so so if you look at a method actor as opposed to someone who's not a method actor, you will notice a difference, right? There's just a level of commitment that the actor has, and a level of genuineness, because they're actually feeling what their character is feeling. They actually become that character. An example of this is years ago, there was a movie called Lincoln. Great movie if you haven't seen it, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Daniel Day-Lewis. And Daniel Day-Lewis is a method actor. And so he actually became Abraham Lincoln. And if you've seen the movie, you're convinced that that is Abraham Lincoln. And Steven Spielberg was asked, well, how was it working with Daniel Day-Lewis? And he said, well, he's a great actor, but it was kind of strange because even in between takes, he made sure that everyone on the set, including me, referred to him as Mr. President, because he wanted to stay in character. So now you might be wondering, okay, Dave, this is cool and everything, but what the heck does this have to do with copywriting? Well, I'll explain that in just a second. But the main thing is, I want you to become your prospect. I want you to feel what they're feeling. I want you to think the way that they're thinking. Because if you actually do that, then you are in a very, very unique position to write a hypnotically persuasive piece of marketing. Because as we talked about before, you'll be writing in a way that has so much empathy, in a way that speaks so directly to your prospect that they can't stop reading, that they can't stop watching. That time literally fades away, and that they just have to consume what you're writing, what you're saying, and then at the end, make the buying purchase.